shortly after Mo3 was killed, Boosie was out in Dallas. Then Boosie gets shot.
Mm-hmm.
In the Oak Cliff area, which is the area that
I know that area.
You know that area? I've never been there.
South Oak Cliff.
It's a very notorious place, from what I understand.
Oh man.
I've never been to Dallas, period, so I don't know. But
yeah,
Boosie was hanging out at a swap meet basically when the shooting happened. And Boosie's still in a wheelchair right now.
Oh shit.
He had like 2 operations.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a rumor that he had lost his leg or something because of his diabetes or whatever. That's not true, but he showed his leg and it looked fucked up. Like he had stitches all the way down his leg. The fact that you had 2 operations really means that something really bad happened.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a graze.
Yeah, when you mentioned Oak Cliff, I got a warm I have a touching warmth for South Oak Cliff. I remember when I like 12 years ago, I was doing a movie in Dallas, and when I'm off, right, when I have days off, I go right into the hoods. I go find all the community centers, the boys clubs, or whatever, or I just go straight to the hood and just see like what I could do. And so I went to this community center in South Oak Cliff, small place, whatever, wound up getting a good amount of at-risk kids together and talk to them, talking about my story, me being on my own since I was 14, whatever. I got this motivational stuff that I'll tell them. And I hadn't been back there in a long time. It was like 11 years. And a year ago, I go back. And of course, I do my whole thing. I don't care where I am. When I'm off, I go to the community, right? So I go. I have a friend at this time who's Tony White, who's a producer out there. So he's helping me organize this time. And so I go back to South Oak Cliff now. This community center is like state of the art. It's big and everything. And I meet one of the directors of the thing. Young brother, like, maybe 30, something like, seemed to be about 30. And he seems like he's just like, got something loaded, like he's got a secret. And I'm like, what's up with this guy? He's got some weird energy, right? But he's got all the kids together. All right, I go in there, I talk, maybe 45 minutes, take pictures and everything else. When we get back out, he tells me, I was one of those kids you talked to 12 years ago. It changed my life. I was like, thanks for telling me now. If you told me that before I went in there, I wouldn't be able to grab it. I wouldn't be able to, it's like, for this brother to tell me that I changed his life and he was one of those kids and what he was doing at the time. And when I talked to those kids this last year, and I said a few things, I have certain statements that I've always said. And they were like nodding knowingly because he was saying the same things to them.
Yeah.
That jacked me up.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned South Oak Cliff, that I go,
close to home.
Yeah. And